to another week of the SoReal Sports Podcast with your host, the CEO / owner, SoReal Studios LLC, Lamar Segment, and my partner in crime all the time, Reggie Walker. How was your week, bro?
Mentally exhausting, but also pretty damn good. Got a chance to check out Candyman. Yeah. I won't give any spoilers to those who haven't seen it, to those who are fans or even interested in even going to see it for the first time if you didn't see the original. But I will say this: it's nothing like the original. Also, in my opinion, it was better than decent. I also will say that they could have kept the ending. I didn't particularly like the ending.
You don't like the message that it showed?
It's not really that. It's just, okay, I'm gonna say this. So basically, just like at the end of Justice League, I'm not sure if you saw that, the Zack Snyder edition, so where it hinted that there would be another Justice League. This pretty much did the exact same thing. And even though there were multiple Candymans, I just don't feel like this one needs another one. This was right. This was good enough for me. This definitely brought back some moments of my childhood. Not so much that I would go and stare in the fucking mirror and say his name, but the fact that this just it reached back into my childhood. It was good to me. I enjoyed it. I say that. But do I need to see it again? I probably will watch it one more time just to better understand the storyline, because that's what I'm big on, the storylines. But yeah, I mean, they did a pretty good job. They grossed, I want to say 22 million so far, which is good for opening weekend, especially black owned. Another big thing I'm proud of. I'm proud of my brothers and sisters for that. But yeah, also got a chance to check out some UFC prelims and main card. I did end up going to sleep on the main fight. In the second round, I was tired, and so yeah, that pretty much did that. Oh yeah, and my son Mikael, he did get his first COVID shot, so shout out to him on that. Took it like a champ. Ever since I've been in his life, since he was 3, he has cried at every needle that has came towards him, but he literally took this one like a champ. And I told him we getting tattoos this week.
You get a what?
Ignore that last part.
Okay, now.
But yeah, man, that pretty much. Caught some baseball. Caught up on some baseball. I had intentions on checking out some Big Three, but I did not do that. Don't even know if they played or not, to be honest. So yeah, that's pretty much it in a nutshell. Oh yeah, one more thing. I felt like I did very good in your draft, to where your coworker talked a bunch of shit, but I still feel like that my team will do better than his, and probably will finish top 3, if not, yeah, top 3 definitely.
Well, shout out to my coworker Cadman Williams. I talked to him earlier today, and he was like, "It's pretty quiet in here. I'm gonna be trash talking all year round." So I was like, man, I couldn't trash talk at all, because I did 5 drafts this past weekend. I did 4 on yesterday. So I was just drained by looking at different players, different people, and trying to check to see which one I'm going to draft. I did post it on my Facebook page, so if you want to see what I did. I didn't do the whole draft on the IDP. I kind of got bored waiting on the other draft to start. So I didn't do all of that when I did half. And pretty much, I got upset after I drafted Tyler Higbee in the 5th round. And that pissed me off.
Yeah.
Yeah, but overall, I think I did a good job. But Yahoo didn't think so. They gave me a C+. That'd be another topic for another day. Or it might be a topic for later on in the show. But we need to get to what happened this past weekend. Let's go to the results of our predictions.
Oh yeah, real quick, man. Shout out to the entire city of New Orleans and Louisiana
Yeah, definitely shout out to them. Thoughts and prayers to the ones who are seriously injured from this situation, from this hurricane. Hopefully that you're able to make it, and just prayers go out to the ones that have been lost. But I only heard about one casualty so far. I ain't heard anything else so far. But yes, it's supposed to be moving up this way. As of right now, we just got a lot of rain. Really ain't been getting. It's some good wind, but it ain't no strong wind. To definitely compared to what happened in Louisiana. But yeah, thoughts and prayers go out to everybody down there, and hope everybody end up being safe in that situation. All right, let's move on. Let's get to our predictions. Let's check and see what happened this weekend. We had 6 on the main card. All 6 actually went through. That's a great thing, because normally we always have one match end up not happening. So let's talk about this first one between Mahmoud Muradov taking on Gerald Meerschaert. We both picked Muradov, and both was wrong. Meerschaert won second round submission.
I mean, when you got a vet, you got a vet. I mean, it's not always been proven as we've seen, but like you said, second round submission, things happen.
Yeah.
And it was a good submission at that too.
Yeah, it really was. It was very nice. I was able to watch a little bit of that one because that was around the time my draft started, and I was live on the draft. Moving on to the next between Andre Petrovsky taking on Michael Gilmore. Now, this was a shot bet between us two, and Petrovsky won third round knockout.
Third round KO. That's definitely what it is, and this is my shot for that. I'm not working with that much, but if I run out, I grab some more. Don't worry about it.
I'm in the same situation, man. That's the last thing that actually popped up in my mind heading home. Damn, I forgot to get some more liquor. No.
Well, no, I did get some more, but that's just the end of that bottle. So I have to go run over and grab another one. Or I might get my wife to slide over there or something like that. But yeah, this is for Michael Gilmore, taking the L in the third round by KO.
Third round knockout. All right.
What's up?
Now we can move on to the next bout between Kevin Lee and Daniel Rodriguez, in which this was also a shot bet, and this was a win for Daniel Rodriguez by unanimous decision. Reggie did have Daniel Rodriguez. I told you I ain't working with much either. Do the best I can with this. So this is my shot for Kevin Lee, losing unanimously.
Damn, you drunk already?
Nah, yeah. No, I'm tipsy. Just tipsy.
All right. Yeah.
And plus, them U words be fucking me up anyway.
Yeah, they are tough.
Yeah, especially you put the U-N-A-N right there. They be all discombobulated. Yeah, you naming it. All right, moving on to the next one between Ricky Turchis, whatever his name is, taking on Brady Heiston. And this was actually, I didn't know this. This was an Ultimate Fighter Championship match. Yeah. So the winner ended up getting the trophy, and now he gets to fight straight up in the UFC.
He gets the contract.
And the winner of this one, we both picked Heiston, and he lost. Ricky ended up getting the dub, and now he's the Ultimate Fighting winner. So congratulations to him.
Yeah, and that one was a split decision. I honestly don't think it should have been a split decision. He unanimously won. Ricky got in there and he fucking worked out. Like he did not seem phased at all. Ricky got hands. Ricky moved a lot, and I like to see that out of him. Also, UFC fans, not Ultimate Fighter. The Contender Series, Dana White's Contender Series will be airing season 5 on tomorrow. So if you're a fan, if you want to see who's coming up, these will be the people that you'll see on the prelims. Please check it out.
Yeah, check it out. It's very interesting. It's very interesting, especially if you want to become a huge fan of UFC. I advise you to look into that.
Definitely.
All right, moving on to the next bout between Brian Battle and Gilbert Urbina. We both picked Brian Battle. He did win second round submission.
Yes, he did. It was also a nice finish. Also, yeah. I didn't see it coming, but like once he moved and got him off his back, it was like, oh shit. It was nice. I like that. Good move.
Okay. I didn't get a chance to watch this. This was around the time I actually took my wife out to eat. I said I was gonna take her out late. We ended up going out to eat. So I was there. You know I ain't have my phone around me. So last but not least, we got Edson Barboza taking on what's my motherfucking name? Jigga Chadazy. It was a shot bet. Third round knockout by who? Jigga.
This one is completely my fault because in the first round and in the second round, he was holding his own. I told you I went to sleep. When I went to sleep, that's when everything hit the fan. So it's my fault. I should have stayed up. I should have had faith. Barboza.
Jinx 1-on-1.
That definitely is. I'm glad it wasn't my team that did something like that. But yeah.
Because I don't know if I told you that story before, but it was a story when did the Baltimore Ravens win the Super Bowl? Was it 2013?
14, I think 14.
It was 2014.
It was one of them. That was the same year they played in the Superdome. Well, the Caesar's Palace Dome. Now
it was 2013 because that was the year my son was born. And also, just a reminder, that's where because we had it at my crib, and my baby mama, she was pregnant at that time, and I remember that. Yeah.
Okay.
It was 2013.
Okay.
Yeah, my son wasn't born then. So my mother is a huge Ravens fan. So what she did was she came over there and watched the game. At the beginning, Ravens was beating the mess out of the 49ers. Then they had that big lights went out and all that stuff. When the lights went out, we had that pause. Mama went to sleep. As soon as she went to sleep, 49ers started coming back. And I was like, damn, what's going on? So I looked over to my mama. Mama knocked out. Like, mama, wake up. Wake up. They're coming back. As soon as she woke up, that's when shout out to Kaepernick. He ended up not making that completed pass, and the Ravens ended up winning that Super Bowl. Yep. She woke up just in time for them to win.
Oh man, that's crazy.
It happens like that.
That is crazy.
It does happen like that.
Hey, like you said, be like that, man. Hey, you a fan? Watch your team.
One-on-one. You watch your team. You got to watch all the way through.
This is my shot for not watching all the way through.
All right. Now let's go to baseball right quick. We got the Red Sox versus the Indians. And this was a 3-game series. You did pick Indians 2-1. I went Red Sox 2-1. Red Sox did pull up the victory 2-1. Moving on to the Toronto Blue Jays versus the Detroit Tigers. This was a 3-game series. I believe the Blue Jays would sweep them. You said Tigers 2-1. We both was incorrect. End up being Blue Jays 2-1. Blue Jays got that dub 2-1.
We were all the way off.
Yeah. Third one, we got the San Francisco Giants taking on my Atlanta Braves, in which You did pick the Giants 2-1. I picked my Braves 2-1. Braves did come through and win that series 2-1. So shout out to my Braves. We got the Dodgers tonight, so I'll be able to watch that game by the time we get done with this show. So I'll be up all night, pretty much.
It's all not right. Like it's going. It's not going extra innings.
Oh, whatever. Next one, we got the San Diego Padres taking on the LA Angels of Anaheim. I don't even know if they Angels of Anaheim anymore. They just probably LA Angels, but I just like saying it. All right.
Of course.
Padres will win both games because this was a 2-game series. And the Angels ended up getting one. So, Reggie, you was right. It was a tie. It was a tie. Split 1-1, pretty much.
Pretty much.
All right. Last but not least, we got the New York Yankees taking on the Oakland A's, in which you predicted the A's 3-1. I put on my nice casual outfit because I believed it was a tie. Ended up being a tie. Yankees won the first two, and A's won the last 2 games. So, ended up being a tie.
You did that one.
Well, we didn't do that bad in that one.
Not that bad. The first one for me was pretty messed up, but yeah. Other than that, yeah.
Other than that, pretty good. Now let's go to the last preseason game, in which we have 5. Now we ain't got to worry about preseason anymore. Let's talk about the first one. We got the New England Patriots taking on the New York Football Giants. And we both picked the Patriots to beat the Giants. We was right. Patriots did beat the Giants by the score of
22-20.
Mac Jones had a good performance. Cam didn't play that much. So it's looking like Cam might be the starting quarterback. We shall see, though.
Unfortunately.
Right. All right. Moving on to the next game between the Baltimore Ravens and the Washington football team. We both picked the football team to win that game, and we both was highly mistaken because it was a blowout between those by the score of 37-3.
Almost a goose egg.
Yep. And J.K. Dobbins got hurt during that game. He's out for the year.
Yep.
That's why we'll talk about that later. All right. Let's move on to the next one between the Chicago Bears and the Tennessee Titans. We both picked the Chicago Bears to win that game, and we was absolutely correct. Bears did win by the score of 27-24. Nick Foles actually had a good game. He threw 2 touchdowns, went 10 for 13. So he is on the trading block.
I like how you set that up.
Yeah, because, I mean, he ain't going to start it. He ain't second string. So he's definitely on the trading block.
Of course.
All right, moving on to the Miami Dolphins taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. I believe we did both pick the Bengals to win this game, and we was wrong. The Dolphins ended up winning this game 29-26. I don't know who this dude from Miami, but he balled out. Reed Sennett went 22 of 33 for 343 yards, 2 touchdowns.
They said Sennett to win it, and he won it.
Yes, he did. Now he is somewhere reminiscing because he probably gonna get cut tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? All right. Move on to last but not least, we got the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the Cowboys, in which we both picked Jacksonville, of course.
Of course.
So we just wanted to acknowledge the fact that Jacksonville did win this game by the score of 34-14.
And we also would like to acknowledge the fact that the Cowboys lost by 20 and have not won a preseason game.
And they actually was the only team in preseason to go 0-4 because they actually played 4 games. Everybody else played 3 besides the team that beat them in the Hall of Fame game, and that was the Pittsburgh Steelers. So they played 4. But anyway, they lost the most in preseason. They is in mid-form. Mid-playing form.
Yes, they are.
Yet again. All right.
Shout out Scooter Magruder.
Yeah. Shout out to Scooter. Yeah, I can't wait for him to do them videos. All right, now let's get to the 3-bet challenge, which is between me and you. All right, let's go to the first one. Reggie, let's do your first one right quick.
Are we going with me this week?
Yeah, we're starting with you this week.
All right.
All right, so your first one was between the Nationals, Washington Nationals, and New York Mets. You had under 9. It ended up being an 8.5, but I told you to take the half a point, make it under 9. The score ended up being 5-3. That is under 9. Reggie got a dub in that one. Reggie, your second one was the Chicago White Sox -1.5 against the Chicago Cubs. And Reggie, you picked the White Sox -1.5 for that Saturday.
This is the Saturday game, yeah.
And not only did they lose by the score of 7-0, the pitcher for the Chicago Cubs pretty much damn near went the whole game. And I can't believe it. He went 8.1 innings with only allowing 4 hits and 3 strikeouts.
That is uncharacteristic. I'm disappointed.
Sound like something that happens to me whenever I end up making a bet, but we'll talk about that in a few minutes. Let's go to the last but not least. Let's go to the Rangers taking on the Astros that Saturday. You did believe in the Rangers, so you picked the Rangers money line.
Money line.
And they lost 5-2, so you went 1-2, Rich. So all I have to do is get one right just to tie. Let's go to mine. First, we got the Tampa Bay Rays on Saturday, in which they faced the goddamn Baltimore Orioles. I picked the Rays to win -1.5. They won by the score of 4-3. I did not cover. That's an L for me. Second one, guess what? The White Sox, same pick. Reggie picked. So we ain't even got to discuss that one. That's an L. Last but not least, not only was this my last pick, this was a personal shot bet for Reggie himself. Because he believed in his team, the Colorado Rockies, to come through and beat the LA Dodgers. I don't know if he really believed in the beat, but he thought that they would cover at least the 1.5. So not only did they cover the 1.5, they won the game by the score of 5-0, in which the Dodgers only got 3 hits. You see how uncharacteristic shit happens when it comes to deep betting? So I went 0-3 yet again. You never seen the Chicago Cubs end up pitching a shutout to the White Sox. No. You will never see the Colorado Rockies on the road. Your team is known as being trash on the road to shut out the Dodgers. And then the first one, I just wasn't good enough for them to beat them by 2. They beat them by 1. So I'm going to take my personal shot bet because I think that's all I got left. And I'm going to save them other 2 for another day because that's all I'm going to have left.
That's fine. We got a show Wednesday, so
yes, we do. I'm gonna finish my 2 shots on Wednesday. So I have 3 total. This is the reason why I got 3 total. No, I got 4 total.
4. Yep.
I got 1 for a personal shot bet that I'm finna take right now. I got 2 for going 0-3, and then I got 1 for losing to Reggie, in which he only got 1 right. So, guess what that means, ladies and gentlemen? I owe 5 shots yet again for the 2nd week in a row. Nigga, I got a worse struggle than a baseball hitter. Shit. It's all right, though. It's all right. I got to bounce back sooner or later. This is my personal bet shot for the Rockies beating the LA Dodgers, which giving my team hope for tonight by the score of 5-0.
Real quick, I will personally take a shot for you if you erase one of my future fuck-ups. No, not this person. Not that one. You're gonna take the personal one.
Nah, I just gotta put it in the book.
All right.
I forgot. I gotta keep it. Matter of fact, that's what I'm gonna start doing and start putting it up. I'm gonna start posting it, our personal shot bets that we do on here, so I won't forget. Because I ain't gonna lie to you, I be forgetting. So
I keep a log too, so it's all good.
But however, you don't be letting me know about your log, so I'd rather keep my own log.
Exactly. I'd rather let you log it up, and then next thing I know, I surprise it on you like, yay, you owe 17 shots.
Yeah, I bet that's how you want it too.
That's what good friends do. Yes.
You're absolutely wrong. But anyway. No. All right, so to cancel one of your futures, you would take a shot for me.
Yes, and this is only on the 3-bet challenge shots only. So I will erase one of yours because last week you had 5. This week you got 2.
Actually, you got 5 again this week.
No, just on the 3-bet challenge.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I got 4 this week on the bet challenge.
That's right. You're right. So yeah, this is to cancel out one of yours in hopes to erase one of mine.
I got it in the books.
First time, ladies and gentlemen. First time this has been allowed. This is going down in the books.
That's fucked up though. So that means I can give me a good dub, and then it wouldn't even count because you done got rid of yours. It'll be all right.
You agreed already?
Yeah, I agreed on it.
All right.
This is my personal shot bet for Reggie, and Reggie's taking one of mine so he can count, in which I still will owe 2.
Indubitably.
Whew. All right, that does it for our picks. Now we can actually get into the topic.
Surprisingly, I still got one shot left. I said surprisingly, I still got one shot left out of what I showed you.
Completely out. Like literally, I'm completely out.
You wanna levy another shot?
No, you're only getting one from me. So let's move on to the topics of this week. Well, topics of today. Let's go to college football. You know it's coming up. We are here, ladies and gentlemen. This week starts the week of college football. So we got some games that's coming on Thursday. My team, the Ohio State Buckeyes, we do play on Thursday. Reggie, I believe your team play on Saturday, not Saturday evening.
Saturday
definitely will be on TV because they are Alabama. Y'all playing Miami. What team ranked Miami? We on the road facing Minnesota, who always give us hell every time we play them. So let's discuss, Reggie. Let's discuss possible upsets in week 1. Because it can happen. It has happened before. So, Reggie, out of the top 25 rankings, give me 2 teams you believe that could be upset this weekend. Or this week.
Well, first of all, I already mentioned that I thought that Miami could beat us. I'm not going to say that here live again because I've said it once and I'm not going to say it again. So, with everything that's going on in Louisiana right now, I feel as though since the Raging Cajuns, Louisiana Lafayette, are taking on Texas, hook 'em. I feel that could be an upset. The spread is only 8. They are playing in Texas. I get that much, but I do believe that this team has enough to beat the Texas Longhorns. You said it's big?
That's a good pick. I definitely like that pick. I was thinking something similar, but
okay.
I like that pick.
I mean, it's fair. I like the coaching, I like the program. I'm not gonna say I like the program as much as I like the overall consistency of how they've been playing the last 5-6 years. So that's one. Texas is ranked 21, and Louisiana Lafayette Raging Cajuns are not ranked, of course, but I believe that this can be an upset. So give me
Raging Cajuns are ranked. They 23rd.
23rd. Oh shit! I did not know that. Did not know that. Okay. Well, still an upset.
Still upset.
Still an upset. So give me that in the upset. They will, if you're a betting person, they will definitely cover that -8.
Okay.
All right. My next one is one of my nemesis. And you probably will find this funny, but I believe in it. I'm going with the LSU upset. UCLA will upset LSU. They will upset. The spread is 3.5. Not sure why it's that low, but here again, if I'm a betting man, which I am, I will take that plus 3.5. I do not believe in anything that LSU got going on. LSU will be shit for the next probably 4 to almost 6 years until they find that one person who is now in middle school to make them the best player or to make them the best contending thing in the SEC. So those are my two. UCLA with the upset over LSU, and Louisiana Lafayette Raging Cajuns over the Texas Longhorns.
Okay. I like that. I actually do like that. You actually picked one of mine, but I had 3, so I'm not gonna use it. The one of mine was the LSU because I believe LSU is trash. So I do think that LSU will find a way to lose to UCLA. All right.
I can see it coming.
Yeah, I can definitely see it.
Like they Phil Collins song.
Mm-hmm. Now, let me speak on my 2. Now, the first one is pretty much a personal one in which it's in the Big Ten. So that's why I say it's a personal one to me. And this one is Penn State. I believe that Penn State could end up beating Wisconsin in week 1. Penn State is ranked 19th, and Wisconsin is at home ranked 12th. It's only a 5.5 spread. I'm sorry to Shayla. I'd like to apologize in advance, but let's go with Penn State. Nittany Lions end up with an upset against Wisconsin. I'm going with that one. That's my first one. Second would be a shout out to my father. Shout out to you, Daddy. I know you're going to like this one, and I'm going to pick it just for you. Let's go with where I'm from, Reggie. Do you know where I'm from? Where I was born?
ATL, shouty.
Absolutely right. That's correct. So let's talk about Georgia Bulldogs. End up being an upset against Clemson. This will be the first game Trevor Lawrence will not be the quarterback for Clemson. And they got to face Georgia, in which I feel like Georgia, who is known for having top running backs, dominant running backs, pretty much my Rams dealt with 2 of them. And Ty Gurley, let's get that Gurley jersey out. And now we got Sony Michel. Only one that's left is DeAndre Swift, in which he's with the Lions. So that was a good 3-man tandem right there. So I know Georgia going to have the running game. But What will Clemson do now that Trevor Lawrence is not the starting quarterback? Now, I know their recruiting is top notch. So they top 5 in recruiting. Pretty much, they probably number 2, if anything. If they ain't number 2, they definitely number 3 in recruiting.
I think they 3.
So, yeah, they probably is 3.
3.
It's only a 3-point spread for Clemson. And they're at home. They give you 3 points for being at home. So it's pretty much a toss-up. That's what Vegas is telling you. This game is a toss-up. So it landed on heads and give me Georgia because they the one that chose heads. Give me Georgia with the upset against Clemson Saturday night on ABC. So those are my 2, Reggie.
Okay. I'm not mad at the Georgia Clemson, but I'm kind of on the fence on that Penn State game. I'm surprised. I'm surprised. That's all. I'm just surprised.
All right. Okay.
I'm just surprised. Like I never would have.
It's time for the Nittany Lions to step up.
All right. Well, we'll see how your feelings happen when that whiteout game comes later on in the season.
Yeah, because we got to go up against them. I think we play them at home too, so it's gonna be a whiteout. I hate the whiteout. Man, that whiteout be pissing me off.
That whiteout, man. That whiteout.
That whiteout is incredible. I ain't gonna lie. Shout out to that whiteout. Them fans, man. That's a great sight to see, man. Even though I hate to see it, it's beautiful.
Yeah,
I can't hate on it. It's beautiful, man.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, it's just college football fans, man. It's just
we back. It's back.
They the best. They the best fans. They the best fans. Unless you are Alcorn State fan, but we ain't gonna talk about that right now. Let's move on to another topic. Let's talk about the NFL. Let's talk about the fact that we finally finna get to the regular season, but some couple of things have happened in the NFL in which J.K. Dobbins, we did mention earlier, is out for the year because he played the last preseason game. Now, Coach Harbaugh, he defended him playing J.K. Dobbins in the preseason finale. He said it's a fair conversation because it's a lot of teams that don't play their starters in preseason. My team is number 1. Sean McVay, ever since he became the head coach, he didn't believe in playing starters the preseason. He don't. He's really looking forward to second string, third string, trying to check and see who's available, how you do in playing time to try to get on the roster. So this is what John Harbaugh had to say. He said it's a fair conversation, but there are other teams that don't play their guys at all. Mention the Rams. Harbaugh said they don't play their starters for one snap. We are probably as close to that as we ever been. I know we farther down the road than we've ever been. We played our guys so little this offseason. It's just been how we done it. But anyways, a guy gets hurt, you ask yourself those questions. So, Reggie, do you believe in starters, known starters? Because we actually had Tom Brady. He played some games, preseason game. Hey, you seen Patrick Mahomes. He played a lot of preseason this year. So, Reggie, how do you feel about starters actually playing preseason games?
Me personally, I think the starters should play. Not every game, but they should get out there on the field. I mean, we don't know that as fans, I'm speaking only as fans, not coaches, not GMs, not the leaders of any organization. I'm only speaking as a fan.
Right.
I feel as a fan that my starters should get some time. And that means that starter actually being ready to actually lead a team. So yeah, put them out there. As we know, there are quarterback competitions on a daily when it comes down to preseason. So that boils down to it. There are defensive end starters that comes down to whether or not I'm going to select this guy versus I'm going to select this guy. So yes, starters need to have a competition in any sport. In any sport. So yes, starters should play in preseason or and we just talking about football right now, but I'm talking about abroad. I'm talking about soccer. I'm talking about MLB. I'm talking about hockey. I'm talking about every sport. In every sport, there is a quote unquote preseason or start to the season to where we, condition these guys to, select a roster. I feel like, yeah, we should definitely put these guys out there. Now, on the back burner, I'm also saying this. As a coach, as a GM of any organization, there should be limitations put on these players as far as how much these players should play. Um, I don't believe that Roger Goodell has set any kind of bar as to how much these players should be playing or set any limitations on how much these players should be playing. But I believe that it also trickles down to where Roger Goodell doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. So that ends up being in the hands of the GM and owners of the individual operation organizations that we are talking about. So, for example, J.K. Dobbins. J.K. Dobbins is obviously the future of the Ravens. He's obviously that leading running back for the Ravens. Why would you not sit him? He's obviously your week one starter. So why would you not sit him? I'm not sure. I'm not sure if someone may have treated his interest or if Gus Edwards is the next man up. I'm not sure. But certainly I wouldn't, me personally, I wouldn't say that, you know what, let him go out there and compete for this job. No, I already got in my mind set in stone who I think that who should be the starter. And I'm not going to play him for obvious reasons. But, if coaches feel like they want to get, repetitive reps out of this person, then I'm okay with that. Not too much, but at the same time, I don't know, man. It's kind of tricky because I mean, football is a contact sport. So, for example, Aaron Rodgers played not one single preseason game. For example, Aaron Rodgers could have went out there and played one snap and got a fucking. He could have re-injured his collarbone. For example, would that be bad coaching, bad decisions from the GM? No, he needs practice. Not practice, but he needs to be out there and recognize game speed. We don't know if he's really committed, this, that, and the other. I mean, there are a lot of factors that play into that. But me personally, yeah, play your starters. Play them in the third game of the preseason? No, you definitely don't do that. The third game of preseason, in which we traditionally know as the fourth game of the preseason, would be do not play any starters. And in this instance, would have been the fourth game. So overall, I'm kind of mixed on the subject, but and to cover everything, I'm just saying that you need to make better decisions as far as your organization goes, as far as who to play, who not to play, who is leading in different positions, and just make better decisions within that organization. And that starts at the top tier. That starts with general manager, coaching and staffing, who selects different personnel groupings. I mean, and like I said, it just trickles down. So I feel like that, as far as the J.K. Dobbins situation go, I feel like they should have known that if they are going forward with that starting running back, then they should rest him. He's already solidified himself. There's no need. There's nobody battling for his spot. Nobody prevalent, to say at least. Because we all know Gus Edwards is decent, but is he really battling for that position? No. The answer is no. He will be the second down back. So I'm okay with that. Sit J.K. Dobbins, let Gus get all the touches he wants to prove why he's second string. So those are my thoughts on that.
Okay. Now, at first you lost me, and then you got towards the end of your segment, which, yeah, you finally, I agree with everything that you're saying. So, overall, you feel like they should play your starters, but only if it's in competition and you never play your starters the last preseason, right?
Right.
All right. So, I agree with you on that, but I have to make a counter and say, you don't actually have to play your starters at all. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think that you should, unless it's a competition in which you was bringing up towards the competition. If you ain't competing for a job, there's no reason for you to play your starters. Like, speaking on my team, because Sean McVay is pretty much was the first coach to actually not play his starters the whole season. And everybody was going in rage saying, well, they're going to be rusty starting the season and ain't no telling how long it's going to take for them to come back. That year that he didn't start his starters, we went to the Super Bowl. So I guess that obviously wasn't any proof of what could happen if you don't play your starters. Now, this is what I'm finna speak on. If you got Aaron Donald, he bona fide, he guaranteed he got his number one spot. He is starting. He don't have to play any preseason games. He can instantly make an impact once week one starts. He don't need no preseason warm-ups. He get those warm-ups during practice. And now since they brought in joint practices in which you actually do play against other teams, that actually helps you out also. Even though it's not as physical as you actually are when you play in a preseason game. That's different. However, Matthew Stafford, who is his first year as a Ram, haven't played a preseason game. His first game playing as a Ram will be week one against the Chicago Bears, who is a pretty tough team because defensively they are really tough. They got some good defense players, Khalil Mack, Akeem Hicks, Eddie Jackson. So they definitely got a squad, and that's going to be kind of difficult. But Sean McVay he's used to it by now. Now, teams like the Cowboys, who got Dak Prescott, who haven't played a game in almost a year, he didn't play a single snap in preseason. So it's going to be kind of difficult for him in order for him to get his first reps because he got to go up against the defending champs, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who didn't lose a single player in the offseason. Everybody came back. Some people took less money, but they came back. They want to run it back, pretty much. They want to run it back. So it's going to be kind of difficult for him. So I can understand you playing your starters just to get them reps in, like Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes, he played mainly because he got a whole entire new offensive line he got to get used to. He got to know how they're going to block in certain situations. So I can understand Andy Reid actually doing that for Patrick Mahomes. And Patrick Mahomes probably wanted to play preseason games. So it also actually depends. Now, J.K. Dobbins wasn't the only person that got hurt during preseason. Etienne, who was a rookie, got hurt in the second preseason game for the Jacksonville Jaguars, and he's out for the year. Can I blame that on Urban Meyer? No, because he actually was in running back competition. James Robinson had a good year last year. I can actually see James Robinson being the starting running back. And now he's automatically the starting running back. And plus, I don't think Urban Meyer played him too long. It's something that happens. Now, the last game of a preseason, I really don't think that you should play any starter. Because if you ain't figured it out by the first two games, then you ain't going to figure it out at all. I'm just going to be honest with you. You're not going to figure it out if you ain't figured it out by the first two games, preseason games. Because it's not like that this week actually starts week 1. You got to buy. So, 1 week break in between your last preseason game and the start of the season, it's not going to hurt to actually give them another extra week between. So, that'll be 2 weeks. You played the second to last preseason game, and you got to wait until week 1. That's 2 weeks. 1 extra week should not hurt you. I don't believe it should hurt you. So I don't agree to playing your starters the last game of preseason, because that's when injuries can actually happen, because you got players on the opposite side that's trying to get a job. They are out there battling, fighting, doing whatever it takes to get the coach attention so they won't get cut come Tuesday. So it wasn't the fact that he played. It's the fact that when he played, and that was the last preseason game in which he shouldn't have played. Now J.K. Dobbins, which it was going into his second year, and everybody had high potential for this player, is going to miss out the whole season based off the fact that he had to play the last preseason game to prove what? Nothing. He had nothing to prove. He had the number 1 starting spot. Gus Edwards wasn't going to beat him for the starting running back position. They already knew once they drafted J.K. Dobbins that was going to be the starter. Now, Gus Edwards going to have to be the lead back. And I just feel bad for J.K. Dobbins, mainly because he's a former Ohio State Buckeye. But we'll talk about that on another later issue. Let's get to my segment, Reggie. You ready for my segment?
Enjoy yourself.
You know I'm gonna talk about WWE. You know I'm gonna talk about wrestling. I can't help it. No, I'm just like, you know I ain't gonna talk about no damn wrestling. What I am gonna talk about is, man, this ain't gonna be long. Let me talk about fantasy football, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go to fantasy football. Because one thing I did learn this past weekend is that you should limit your fantasy football. Because me, personally, I am in 13 fantasy football leagues, which is way too many. Way too many to keep up with. Now, when I first started doing fantasy football, I was in 4. I was the commissioner in 2, and I joined 2 others. Since then, I actually joined 1. I dropped out of 1, and then I joined another one, and now I done joined 8 more, which put me at 13. It's gonna be pretty difficult. And yes, all of these are paid leagues, so it ain't nothing free. Because if it was free, I wouldn't play it. But this is how I feel. All right, now it's been discussion on how people should draft, or when should a draft actually happen. Because I had people in my league saying that we drafted too early because somebody got hurt and they drafted that player. Hopefully you drafted that player and you drafted good enough for you to have a backup. Etienne, for example, I drafted him last week. He got hurt the day after I drafted him. he wasn't the main player on my team. So all I did was drop him and picked up somebody else. Didn't hurt me at all. Now, J.K. Dobbins, on the other hand, probably got drafted by a lot of people. But I know one thing for sure. It wasn't their top player. And it better not been their top player. If that was their top player, they don't have no chance of winning this anyway. So, this is my quota. This is how I believe if you want to start doing fantasy football, this is how many leagues you should do and what league you should do. I believe a good balanced number is 4. 5, if possible, if you really gonna look into your team. 4 is pretty good. Make sure that PPR leagues, which is points per reception. And last but not least, make sure your draft is either the last preseason game or the week before week 1 of the regular season. Because you want to avoid those injuries. Hopefully, the coach don't start nobody the last week of preseason and risk an injury. If so, have the draft right after the last, which is pretty much Saturday night. So you can have it on a Sunday. So don't be like me. That's what I'm pretty much going to say. Don't be like me and have 13 leagues, because it's going to be difficult to keep up with every single one of them. And just to add some more to it, keep them all in one goddamn app, because I got 8 in ESPN. I got 2 in a flea flicker. I got 2 in a sleeper. And I got 1 in Yahoo. So, yeah, I'm going to be going through 4 different apps, trying to find ways to get everything together. Worried about if somebody made a trade. Worried about somebody just picked somebody up on waiver wire that I didn't look at because I was too busy looking at other leagues. It killed me this weekend with all these drafts. But I'm a man of my word. I'm going to stick to them. But I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not going to have this many this year. Next year, I'm dropping a lot, and I don't care what anybody say. I got way too many leagues. And that's my segment for tonight.
Well said. I don't feel as if 13 leagues is required. I understand what the ultimate goal is, but that's just way too much to keep up with. So yeah, I get it. I completely get it. I also will say this. How many of those leagues are IDP?
Just 1.
Just 1? Okay. I will dive into that next year, but as of right now, I feel like PPR is the best league to go for, especially if you're just starting out. So yeah, PPR definitely if you are a first timer. And I also agree with the 3 weeks of preseason that we do have now. Draft after then, because we are torn between, as of right now, COVID and injuries. So that's another thing to factor in, because at first we only had injuries to look at.
Now with COVID.
So definitely now only look at leagues that are PPR designated, and to where you can at least have a player to utilize on that COVID restriction and IR. That would be my suggestions. But nothing wrong with what you're doing. If you feel confident, Lamar, if you feel confident in doing it, then do it.
I'm not confident at all. In 13, I'm probably confident in 5. That's the reason why I said 5 or 4. I'm only confident in 5. To be honest with you, the rest of them, I probably ain't gonna do shit in. I'm gonna be honest with you, because I still got 3 more drafts left.
I still got 2 left.
I still got 3 more drafts left. And I done 8. I mean, I done 10.
And I'm sitting at 5 with 2 more left.
Yeah, I mean, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. But anyway, shit like that happens. All right, let's get up out of here. We got a special occasion going on Wednesday. We'll let y'all know about that on Wednesday, so we ain't gonna give y'all any spoilers. So yeah, that's pretty much it. We already been on here for a little over an hour. So let's get up out of here, Reggie. We'll see y'all on Wednesday, in which we will definitely give our predictions on Thursday night. Well, that ain't till next week, so we ain't got to worry about that. Thursday night college football. Because it is Thursday and a Friday night college football. So that will replace Thursday night NFL. And yeah, we'll be going from there. So we won't have to worry about football, but college will replace that. And then NFL will add on to it on next week. So that's how we're going to roll. But we got a special occasion for Wednesday. And you'll see it. You'll see it when it happens Wednesday. All right.
Very exciting. Upcoming.
Yes, very exciting. We got a new segment that we're going to do. All right. With that being said, we are done for the show today. Check and see who get cut, because there's been some trades that's going on in the NFL. So pretty much looking forward to that. Check and see what veterans end up going to different teams. So it's a lot of stuff that's going to be going on. So be looking into that, and we'll see y'all on Wednesday. Like always, we give you our salute, and we'll see y'all on Wednesday.
Yeah.
We out.